Okay, great. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Seating Labs Instrumental Access webinar. My name is Melissa Wu. I'm the Global Partnerships Manager.
And I'm Christina Viola-Srivastava. I'm the Metrics and Evaluation Manager.
And what we're going to do in today's webinar is go through an introduction of instrumental access, what the program is, and eligibility. We'll have some time for questions, and we'll also go through the actual application portal so that you can see how to apply online. Okay, so I'm going to switch to our presentation. Okay, first off, for those of you who are logged in using Google+, you have a few options in this webinar. At the top of your page, you'll see a grid-like button. That's the apps button, and you can use that to switch between two apps, the Q&A and Showcase. In the Q&A app, you can use that to ask questions. If you flip to it, there is a green button on the bottom that says Ask a New Question, and feel free to ask a question anytime during this presentation. Additionally, if you switch to the Showcase app, there'll be links to all of the web links that we're introducing to you today. For those of you who aren't logged in with G+, please feel free to ask questions via the application app or via our application email address at application@seatinglabs.org. That's APPLICATION at SEEDINGSLAB. Oops, I misspelled it. That's SEEDINGLABS.org. And our slides will be made available on our website as well. Okay, so instrumental access. First of all, a little bit about Seating Labs. We were established in the US as a 501c3 nonprofit organization in 2008. Our mission is to invest in exceptional scientists in developing countries, supporting vital research with reduced cost lab equipment and training for those with limited resources but limitless potential. Through our flagship program, Seeing Instrumental Access, we make research equipment available to university departments in low and middle income countries. Fully functional equipment is sourced from manufacturers, corporations, and research institutions. Seating Labs selects participants for the program through our annual call for applications. Participants in the program then select equipment needed from our available inventory. Seating Labs will pack and ship the equipment, and then you have the equipment to use for your research and teaching. Once accepted into instrumental access, participants can select equipment from our available inventory. Seating Labs equipment supply is specialized for those doing research related to chemistry or biology. We have a variety of different kinds of equipment, from mass spectrometers to balances and pipetters, various kinds of consumables like gloves, tubes, and dishes, and many types of glassware. What you see here is an example of some types of equipment that may be available. For a full list, you can see types of equipment at the link on the slide. Although our inventory fluctuates, participants can expect during their selection window to see a large subset of these types of equipment. So how much equipment goes into a single shipment for a university department? There's no typical shipment. Each shipment's composition varies to meet individual departmental needs. Participants are assigned a selection window during which they can select equipment from our available inventory. In terms of value, on average, universities have selected equipment and consumables that would cost around $250,000 if purchased new. Participants are able to select up to what fits in a 20-foot shipping container, which is approximately 6 meters deep, within Seating Labs' limits of equipment supply. We have additional guidelines to prevent any one participant from taking all of the most valuable or scarcest items. Pictured here is an actual shipment with some items unpacked and some packed items. This particular shipment included incubators, a microscope, pipetters, consumables, and other equipment. You can see our website for additional details on equipment selection as well as some example shipments. Participation in instrumental access is very economical. Participating departments pay a service and access fee that helps defray some of Seating Lab's costs. This fee is adjusted to the income level of the country where your university is located. As you may remember from the previous slide, these fees are just a fraction of the cost of purchasing the equipment, either new or even off the used market. The fee covers Seating Lab services for administering instrumental access, our cost of equipment procurement, storage, handling, and shipping, and the cost of shipping equipment from door to port by ocean freight. You would be responsible for any fees associated with clearing customs and transporting the equipment from the port to your university. We see entry into instrumental access as the beginning of a partnership between Seating Labs and your department. This partnership offers you other benefits. First, we'll publicize our collaboration as well as your achievements in research and education. We have a growing worldwide network of partners, volunteers, and donors, and you can gain access to this network. Your students would be eligible to join our chapter network. We often hear news of grants that are applicable to you, and we'll give you personalized notifications of these opportunities. Lastly, we're developing new programs and opportunities with other partners that you will gain access to. What you see here is an approximate timeline for the 215 round of applications. Awards will be made in mid-September, and in late 2015, we'll review with each university, administration, and department the program and their specific equipment needs, sign a letter of agreement, and place partners into an equipment selection window. These selection windows will run from January to March, April to June, July to September, or October to December. During your selection window, you get access to our equipment through our online portal, and we'll be able to select equipment. We'll also be asking you to connect us to your university procurement and custom officers so that we can make arrangements for cost share as well as for clearing customs. At the end of your selection window, payment will be made to Seating Labs, and once that is done, we'll ship the equipment. Upon receipt at the university, we'll ask you to send us an equipment receipt report so that we can see the condition of the equipment, and you can see that you've received each piece of equipment that we've agreed to. In following years, we'll ask you to send an annual report to show the equipment use and impact that you've had in research and education.
All right, so a bit about eligibility. We require that all applicants be academic departments at degree-granting institutions of higher education. All applicants must be located in a low, lower middle, or upper middle income country, as defined by the World Bank this year. There are a short list of countries to which we cannot ship due to US law. The list is Burma, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. And the third criterion is that we ask that all applicants be from a department that focuses on biology or chemistry or a related discipline. And as Melissa mentioned, that is because our inventory of equipment is mostly geared towards those disciplines. There's some flexibility to this requirement. If you're wondering whether your discipline qualifies, please feel free to email us at application@seatinglabs.org, and we'll be happy to discuss it. Mainly, we just want to make sure that all applicants could actually make the best use of our inventory. Okay, a little bit about the review process. Applications are first evaluated by Seating Lab staff for eligibility to the program and suitability. After the staff has reviewed your application, we may ask for clarification or more information if we need it. After that point, applications will be sent out to external reviewers to be read and scored. And we expect to welcome 15 to 17 new participants in 2015. And we expect to make notifications around mid-September 2015. Just to reiterate, the application portal is currently open and will remain open and accepting applications until July 15th. After that, we'll take about a month and a half to review, and we expect to make award notifications in mid-September. A little bit about what we're looking for. The most important thing to us is that we select departments where additional equipment will unlock potential. We're looking for places where lack of equipment is currently a barrier to achieving specific research or education objectives. We're looking for places where there's a clear and detailed plan to distribute, install, maintain, and use the equipment. We're looking for places where there are sufficient existing knowledge, infrastructure, and supporting resources to make proposed use feasible. And we're looking for places where use of equipment could positively impact the university, the local community, or the world. And then the second major thing we're looking for, we want to work with departments and institutions that are willing and able to collaborate effectively, starting with the application process through building the shipment and meeting our reporting requirements. Basically, we want to have an ongoing relationship with the departments we work with. So applications are typically submitted by a faculty member or a department head, but again, it has to be on behalf of the entire department. Individuals cannot apply on their own. Applications must be submitted in English. The one exception is that we ask for several letters of support, and the letters of support can be written in any language as long as an English translation is included. And finally, applications have to be submitted through our online application portal, which we will demonstrate for you in just a few minutes. And an important note about the portal, it requires a current version of Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Explorer. Use of any other browser, we've been warned, will cause problems and may actually cause you to lose data that you've entered. So please make sure you're using those browsers only. So in a little while, we will demonstrate the actual application portal. We'll put it up on the screen. But before we do that, we want to sort of open it up and invite questions on anything we've discussed so far.
We just want to remind people that you can use either the Hangouts link using the Q&A app, or send us questions via email at application@seedinglabs.org. And of course, you can send questions to this email address at any time, not just during the webinar.
So maybe we will go ahead. There's a little bit of a delay. I think we're broadcasting faster than you're hearing it. So please feel free to submit questions as we're talking, and we will stop and answer them. So I guess now we will demonstrate the application portal.
All right, let me switch over to the application.
All right, so when you follow the link, which I believe shows on the sidebar of your Hangout screen, this is what comes up. The first thing we want to show you how to do is create a new account. So the first step is to click the Create New Account button. And the next screen will ask you to enter your institution name and then your department. And we ask that you enter it as Melissa is demonstrating. We would like to see the university name, hyphen, and then the department name, as well as your city and country. And then click Next Step. The next screen is personal information for the individual who will be submitting the application. And the starred fields are required. and then click Next Step. The next screen asks you to enter a password, and your login when you come back to the site in the future will be your email address, and this, whatever you enter here will be your password. And click Finish. And the next screen, the system will automatically send you a test email to the email address that you entered earlier, just to make sure that it doesn't get caught in your spam filters. You can, on this screen, click I have received the email if you did, or if you just want to bypass the whole process, just click Continue without checking. And that's it for creating a new account. Now, to go to the application, what you want to do is click on the link that says 2015 Instrumental Access Application, and that will open up a new application. And so that takes you into the application. Once you are in the application, you can scroll through the components. To expand each section, just click on the arrow next to it, as Melissa is doing now. There are 6 components that we ask you to complete. The first section focuses on the case for need for equipment at your institution. The second section asks you to list your preliminary equipment needs. The third section asks some questions about your facilities and personnel and support environment at your department. The fourth section asks for a specific plan to administer and distribute and install the equipment. The fifth section, you actually have 3 options. We ask that you complete at least one section where you give us a specific use proposal for the equipment. So the categories you can choose to complete this section in are training and education, proposed research projects using equipment from Seating Labs, or a proposed core facility. You are welcome and encouraged to submit plans in multiple categories, but only one is required. And then the last section asks for letters of support, one from the Vice Chancellor or equivalent at your institution, and 2 more from additional faculty members in your department. At the bottom of the screen, there are Save and Submit buttons. If you start an application, please remember to save your work, which Melissa is doing now. And then we'll show you how to log back in and return to a saved application.
Okay, so log out now?
Yes. So to return to a saved application, you enter your email address and password and click Log On. And then the key here is that you will return to this page, which is the dashboard, and you want to click the link in blue that says Edit Application. What you don't want to do is click the Apply link that's in the sidebar. If you click that, it will start a new application instead of returning you to your saved one. So make sure you click on Edit Application right there. And that brings you in, and you can keep working on your application. An important note, if you prefer to work offline, there are 2 buttons to help you at the top. The question list button that Melissa is hovering over right now will download just the questions as a PDF. And the application packet button will download both the questions and any answers that you've started to enter. So that's pretty much all we had in mind for a demonstration. We will be happy to answer any questions. And maybe what we should do while we wait for questions is put up the Seating Labs video, just so you don't have to look at us. But feel free to send us questions if you have any. Maybe we should put the last slide.
I'll put the RFA first.
Okay.
Okay, we just want to reiterate, in case you haven't made it to our official request for applications, the RFA is on our website, seedinglabs.org/2015-RFA-instrumental-access. And we also have the RFA downloadable for distribution in English, Portuguese, and Chinese currently, and we're getting other translations available. So you can see all the eligibility and requirements and details here, as well as links to our website for sample equipment shipments and a more detailed description of instrumental access. Okay, and let's see. And if you have any more questions, we questioned the survey. Please contact us at application@seedinglabs.org. And we would appreciate any feedback on today's webinar, the Instrumental Access Program, and anything related to that. So please fill out this survey at the link here. It's anonymous.
Right, just to reiterate, if you would like to provide us with anonymous feedback, please use the survey. We want to hear anything you have to say about the process. If you want an answer individually directly from us, please use the application@seedinglabs.org email address, because anything submitted to the survey, we're not going to know who to respond to.
But we please do encourage you, whether you are deciding to apply to instrumental access, or if you're not applying to instrumental access, to complete the survey so that we can create a better program for the future. Okay, well, we haven't received any questions yet, so I think we'll close the webinar for today, and please do email us with questions. We look forward to seeing your applications. Thank you.